That was Marilyn Monroe in the 1953 hit musical Gentlemen Prefer Blondes. Hugh Hefner launched Playboy that same year, and Monroe was featured as the magazine's first ever centerfold. Now that issue is up for sale at Julien's Auctions. We're talking about it now with the CEO and president of Julien's Auctions. Darren Julien is here, and Julien's Auction Executive Director Martin Nolan as well, with some iconic Hollywood memorabilia up for auction. Great to see you.
Good to see you.
Thank you so much for joining us. So Darren, yeah, let me kick it off with you. You have Hugh Hefner's plaque here.
Yes, from his desk.
Tell us about the first issue of Playboy.
Well, what's really rare about this, I mean, the magazines themselves, this is what launched Marilyn Monroe and Hugh Hefner, but from 1953, the very first issue, they sell for around $6,000 to $10,000 just the magazine by themselves.
Just the magazine, wow.
But this one's signed by Hugh Hefner, and we estimate it $6,000 to $8,000. The last one we sold that was signed by Hugh, we sold for $85,000.
Wow.
So it's conservatively estimated.
So why is this so expensive, you think? What gives it that kind of value?
Well, it's the condition of the magazine,
right,
and they're not really, he didn't print that many copies, and because it was the very first one. So they're very hard to find, the original that's in good condition.
And Hugh Hefner recently passed away, so he's no longer signing, and you have Martin together, so very iconic couple.
I love it. That's fantastic. All right, we got to check out this.
Yep.
This is Evel Knievel's iconic leather jacket. This thing is hot. The starting bid is $3,500, but how much do you think this goes for?
Well, we estimated $15,000 to $18,000. Generally, not a lot of his things come up for auction, but this is an item we have photographs of him wearing, probably $30,000, $40,000, $50,000.
And it's signed inside. Look at that. There you go.
By Evel, that's right.
Evel Knievel signed it inside. Show that. That's cool. And it's really in good condition.
In very good condition. It was towards the end of his life that he wore this. Yep.
Will people wear this, you think, or is this just a collector's item?
No, people can certainly wear that.
But you're not going to wear it. If you're spending that kind of money on it, you're not going to wear it.
Well, some people do, but it just depends. I mean, something like, you know, Grace Kelly's dress or whatever, you don't want to wear it. It's the condition, and it belongs in a museum.
All right, Dagan, I've got your fave right here. We got a piece of Steve McQueen, who's Dagan's favorite. Julien's auctioning off the last will and testament of Steve McQueen. Tell me about that one.
Yeah, this is his last will and testament. He initialed all 4 pages leading up to the 5th page where Steve signed. So really great piece. We estimate $2,000 to $4,000, but his items are so rare and highly collectible. Last piece of Steve McQueen document that we sold for $20,000. So anticipate it'll sell for $20,000 plus.
So this was done in 1973, right after he divorced his wife in 1972, and of course, sadly, he passed away in 1980. So he was a very young man.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is a beautiful collectible, actually.
It is.
Fantastic, yes.
Grace Kelly's dress. Let's talk about this
1953
dress.
was a great year. We had Playboy magazine, and now we have Grace Kelly from Mogambo. And it's a dress designed by Helen Rose, who coincidentally also made her wedding dress when she married the prince in 1956. Grace Kelly won a Golden Globe for this. She was nominated for an Oscar. She also starred with Ava Gardner and Clark Gable. We estimate this in a range of 30 to 60,000. But again, it's so rare to find a dress from Grace Kelly that it should sell significantly higher.
That is very
She's
cool.
true royalty.
And it's in okay condition. I don't want to say
it actually has recently been conserved by the Museo de la Moda in Santiago, Chile. So there's been some great conservation work done on it. So it actually is in very good condition. Given the fabric is so fragile.
It's fine for sure. Okay, you can also get a bite out of the first family. Darren, tell us about this. You were able to get a piece of the president and first lady's wedding cake?
Yes, from 2005. It actually came from one of the guests that attended the wedding that Donald and Melania gave the wedding cake to. So nothing like that's ever been sold before. We estimate at $1,000 to $2,000. But last 2 weeks ago, we sold a drawing that Donald Trump did for, what would we sell for?
So funny.
$19,000.
Yeah. So
when you get married, they say put your wedding cake in the freezer for a year and then have a bite of it a year later. I did that, actually. I don't recommend it. But.
Well, this was a chocolate truffle cake. It was given out as a favour. Apparently, the original wedding cake was like 10 tiers high.
Wow.
Cost $50,000 to make, but they couldn't eat it because it was wired so much.
Oh, my God. Real quick.
Yeah, this is the most expensive item we have. It's $200,000 to $400,000. It's a Nobel Prize for Chemistry, 1956. Sir Cyril Norman Hinchelwood. He won it for chemistry with a Russian, and it's a fantastic piece.
Darren, Martin, good to see you both. Thank you so much. Check it out. Back.